Hey YouTube, it's been a while. It's been a strange year and a half for everybody, but the biggest reason I haven't made any videos is because I have a new daughter and I was prioritizing other things. I was still doing little projects. I also started a small business doing phone repair, which was really cool, and I think I'm done with that because I just don't have time for that. I'm going back to school for a master's degree, but I might start making videos about how to fix phones, so we'll see about that. So what I'm doing today is going to show how I have made I think a raised garden bed. I think that's how it's going to turn out. I haven't done it yet, using just a fence, old fence that someone was about to throw out, so I repurposed it. So someone was throwing away a ton of this kind of fence, and I had that all stacked up. It looked like crap all winter. That thing was full. I just started doing this. So what I'm basically doing, so you can see the bones of it, it's got a slat going across both top and bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting off those with a chainsaw, just the end pieces, and then I'm marrying the two together because when offset they make a complete like pattern, which is you know, okay. I'm gonna have to reinforce it. That's gonna be one of the sides. So how I'm reinforcing it is by putting a bunch of these 4x4s that came with the fence whenever I picked it up. Again, I really lucked out on someone giving away all this free lumber. So I'm going to take these 4x4s, I got a bunch of them now, and I'm going to put them in the middle, and that's how I'm going to attach it in the middle, okay, so that the weight of the soil doesn't push out the middles. And plus it's going to require less soil because the bottom part is going to be empty. I could even use that as storage or something. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm just putting up this which I will continue making video as I progress, but this is a free project. I had all the screws and everything. That's a good thing about stocking up on screws. Whenever you want to do something like this, it tends to be cheap. So now that's going to be the side. I cut the picket fence out of the other ones just to give it a similar appearance to what I already have back there. And that was another fence I got for free. People always be giving away fences. It's easy, cheap lumber that's already kind of put together. So anyway, so I gotta do this. See, I put screws all along here. This wood is old, this wood is shitty, but when you tie it all together, it's kind of like that straw, you know, together we are strong. Anyway, it's gonna be strong enough to last a few years. And for a free project, that's all I'm really expecting out of it. 5 years and I'd be impressed. So in order to get the right measurement, all I did was I went from that one, the top, to 16 inches down. I want a 16-inch depth bed. So anyway, I'm going to go from the top here to 16. I'm just going to tack it in with a couple of screws so it doesn't move, flip it over, and then do like I did there with a whole bunch of individual screws in each one. So this is where we've gotten so far. I've put it up and it's kind of self-explanatory, where the same thing I did here, I did for the inside so that I could use as much of it as possible. I had a ton all right there. So I try to use as much of the free wood as possible. I might shore it up with a little bit of scrap wood, but I haven't bought any wood. So this is all made out of scrap wood. So the end pieces, same thing, just cut them a little different length. And then I end up having to use my multi-tool in order to cut some out, like straight down, just so that it fits in perfectly here. Okay, and instead of putting the 4x4 on the piece and then mounting it in, I just decided to take some 7-inch screws and tack it in here, make sure it all fits in nicely, and then I'll put all those individual slats and screw them into there, so as to make it more uniform. And yeah, that's pretty decent sized bed. I haven't measured it yet, but I'm about to. So that's how it looks now. I'm pretty much done. What I did here was there's a 4x4 below that and below over there. That's why I tagged in this 1x2 all along here, and then I tagged this through the 1x2, and as the slats are weak, so I wanted to strengthen the middle. So I did that by putting a board that's actually being supported by the 1x2, as well as tying in the rest and strengthening that. So that's the center. So then I came back here, and because I didn't want all these 4x4s just hanging off the sides of these slats, okay, so I had tagged it all in all along on the outside, as you remember, and then because just the way this lined up, it was perfect. I just took some 2x4s, some leftover 2x4s, tagged it in so that's like on the ground, and that's gonna hold that up. You don't need that many. I did 2 on the long parts, 1 on the other parts, and then all I did was for the center, I toe-nailed a 4x4 right in the middle, and then I 2x6. Oh, I gotta go parent. Anyway, and that should hold up the middle there well enough. So at this point, I'm done reinforcing everything. I'm just putting in a plastic barrier, and I just tagged it all along one side and the ends there, and corner here, corner there, because I'm going to be putting soil in, and that's going to like make it taut. So I don't want to put staples in before, too many staples in before putting the soil, or else it'll start pulling on the staples. So anyway, just to secure one end so it doesn't start to pull on the staples. And I have lots here, so once it's all filled in, then I'll tack the rest of the staples in, and then just trim the edges. So that's pretty much the finished product, which is not 100% full yet. It's about like 20% full. I just didn't have enough topsoil, but you get the idea. I wanted to weigh it down on the bottom, and it pretty much just, it's good enough now that I could staple it all along the sides, because I just, once it's all packed into the corners, it's going to go straight up. So that doesn't look too bad for a project that cost me maybe $25 total. And if you try to buy that nowadays with COVID prices, that'd easily be $400 just in like lumber. So anyway, that's the end product. I'm pretty darn happy with it, and I can't wait to get started. I could have actually made this into another hothouse, but the simple fact of the matter is I have this one, as well as I made this one over there, which... What's the matter, baby? You want to go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's it for me. Again, if I can do this, anyone can.